Now we've been through some of the basic shortboard techniques, but we also need to take a look at how to get you going from the beach. Uphauling is possible even on small boards, but it can be tricky and exhausting. Therefore, you should learn how to do the beach start. Jim, what's the word on the beach?
Having the ability to beach start will mean less effort in leaving the beach and will mean you arrive on the board in the sailing position and ready to get some speed. We'll first go through a quick guide to the beach start and then go through all the details. First, you need to get into position after launching your equipment. Move around behind the tail whilst holding the sail up with your front hand on the mast. Pull the sail across you and upwind and then place both hands on the boom. Position yourself upwind and towards the tail of the board and then steer the board to bring it across the wind. Once in position, place the back foot on the board. Pull in with the back leg and sheet in with the back hand whilst your front hand reaches forwards and up, with your head moving forwards and in towards the mast foot. Lastly, place the front foot on the board. Look upwind, stay low and off you go. Now, let's break it down to smaller bits. Let's start with the timing. The timing is very important. You need to take into account the shore break and wind direction. The best conditions are waist depth water and side shore with medium wind. Before launching, you should first watch your shore break carefully and then observe the pattern of the waves coming in. Get close to the water and then when you see a gap, just after a wave is broken, go for the launch. The technique of stepping up onto the board in the beach start is quite simple. However, you must first learn to control the board and rig and get them in the best position to complete the beach start. Here's how you manage this part. Aim to keep the rig above you with the clew out of the water. Put your front hand on the mast and draw the sail across you. Then place both hands down the boom in the sailing position. You should be upwind of the board and towards the tail. Extend the front arm whilst pulling in with the back arm to keep the rig up in light winds. When it's windy, hold the rig lower. Having your hands down the boom will assist in steering and make getting up a lot easier. This is your basic beach start stance. The steering is as you would do in light winds when manoeuvring up and downwind. If you tilt the rig forward while sheeting in with the back hand and look downwind, you'll get the nose of the board turning away from the wind. To get the nose pointing into the wind, look upwind, bend the front arm and push out with the back arm. In order to get the nose downwind, you need to apply pressure into the mast foot. And this is achieved by imagining that you are trying to push the mast through the board. Throughout the steering process, the rig is actually twisting like a giant set of handlebars. Your feet will shuffle around so as to keep your hips and shoulders facing the boom. Ensure that you are in a position upwind and towards the tail of the board. Okay, we have our steering skills now, so get in a position with the board across the wind and let's get up and away. Place the back foot on the board first and pull your back foot in, and then twist the rig forwards on an extended front arm in order to put the rig in a powerful upright position to pull you up. Your back leg assists by pulling in and pushing you upwards onto the board. Let's look at some specific points now. Place your back foot on the board with the heel towards the upwind rail and the toes pointing up. Your back leg will be bent to assist you in steering and control before getting up and away. The back leg is then ready to pull in to power the rig up and propel you upwards. If it's light winds, put the back foot further forward. Now you are ready to go, so pull your back heel to your bottom and twist the rig forwards and up, and keep your back leg bent as you sail away. While twisting the rig, your head moves forwards and in towards the mast foot. It's your back leg pulling in and rig going up and forward that gets you up. Remember to open the sail once up and away to get you back in control. Remember to eat the mast foot. Okay, let's look at some common faults. Getting pulled forward by the rig. If a gust of wind catches you off guard or you steer too far downwind and find yourself getting overpowered, then you need to look upwind, sheet out and pull the boom in with the front arm. If you can't keep the sail up, then it may be because you are not extending your arms enough. You therefore need to keep your front arm extended with the back arm pulling in. Sometimes you almost get up but keep falling back down. Keep extending the front arm and sheeting in whilst your head moves forward and in.